guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be answering a couple questions that I received in my last video. They're all from one person that asked all the same questions. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you to them for asking all those questions, and I'll answer them based on my own experience, because obviously pregnancy is different for everyone else. Alright, so the first question is your belly soft or firm? My belly is definitely firm. It's not like rock hard. It's not, usually your belly, you can feel like some give to it if you don't have abs, which I never have, and my stomach wasn't like 100% flat before getting pregnant, but it's definitely firmer. Like, it feels tight. Does it hurt to poke your bump? It does not hurt at all to poke it. Obviously it depends on how hard you're poking the bump, but for the most part, just to like poke it, like if you're poking your skin like this, it doesn't hurt to poke it at all. The other day my mom accidentally like pushed on my bump a little bit too hard, and that did hurt, but I think the reason it hurt was because like she pushed the baby, and then the baby like pushed like it like inside of me, like in my organs. So I felt like I just felt like weird, but it didn't hurt, and the baby's fine. Like, she didn't hurt the baby or anything. It was just like, it was like a slight like push. It wasn't like really hard or anything like that, but for the most part it doesn't hurt at all. How do you get the baby to move? That's a good question. So poking the bump is definitely one of them. After a certain gestational age, they start hearing noises and sounds. So if they hear like a loud noise, they can move. If you drink cold water, they'll move. But for the most part, if I want to get him to move, like let's say I haven't felt him move in a while and I'm like, oh, I haven't felt him move, I want to feel him move, I'll drink like a cup of cold water. If that doesn't work, I'll like start poking my bump, like I'll start shaking it and then with my hands like this, and then he'll move. A lot of the times I don't feel him if I'm like doing a lot of things during the day because I'm not focused on it, and it's not until the end of the day where I sit down or like lay down or whatever that I actually like feel him, and I'm like, oh, there he is. If you push on the bump, does the baby move? I just answered that question. Sometimes he does, depends on where you push. How big is baby measuring? The thing is that they can't measure exactly. Like, so I'm so far along that he's so big that the ultrasound machine can't get him like his full body in one frame. So they can't measure exactly like how long he is or anything like that. At 36 weeks pregnant, he's measuring about 18.7 inches and weighing about 5.8 pounds. Does your bump look different if you put it on the counter? I don't know. I've never tried. I can show you guys and see what it looks like if I put it on the counter. I don't know if I will be able to because I'm not that tall, so I don't know if my bump will like lift on the counter. I'm sure it'll look a little bit different, but it's not like I think I have a fairly small bump compared to some women, so it's not like a giant bump that I can like put on the counter. But I'll definitely like insert a clip of me trying that right here. I'm too short, but I can try. Does it look different? I can't really, it's not like that big for me to like be able to plop it on there, you know. It's uncomfortable. I can't really do it that much. Hope you enjoyed that. Does it hurt when the baby moves? For the most part, it doesn't hurt. The best way I can explain is if you've ever felt like your leg twitch, like a muscle twitch. That's what it feels like inside your stomach, like this area. That's what I think it feels like. The only time it does hurt is if like he decides to move. It doesn't not necessarily hurt, but sometimes he moves and he like presses on my bladder, so that means I have to like run to the bathroom because I literally feel like I'm going to pee my pants. Like, it's an emergency situation, and then for the most part it'll be like 2 drops of pee come out. I'm like, I literally got up and ran to the bathroom for 2 drops of pee. This is embarrassing. I'm upset at myself. And sometimes, like now recently, it has been hurting. Not when he moves, but like he's head down at this point, so he's in position for whenever he decides to come. And it's not necessarily when he moves that it hurts, but he's so close to he's so like on my pelvic that I feel like shooting like almost like pain sometimes, like in my pelvic area. But it's not when he moves. When he moves, it doesn't necessarily hurt. Do you look bigger from the side or front? I think I look bigger from the side. I don't think you can tell that much from the front, depending on what I'm wearing, obviously, but I'm wearing all black. This is not a good outfit for this, but I'm going to show you guys what I look like. So this is me from the front. So you can see that I'm like definitely got wider here, but you can't, like, for the most part if I'm walking towards you, you can't tell that much, but from the side it's like a lot bigger. The bump is a lot bigger than from the front. If you put something cold on your bump, does the baby move? I don't think he can feel the cold. Like, I don't think he feels the temperature because he's surrounded by amniotic fluid. I think he feels it like when I drink it because it's like passing by him. But if I put something cold on the bump, I don't think so. I mean, I can try it out. Let's go get something cold, I guess. So I grabbed this little like ice pack thing, and I'm gonna put something cold on my stomach. No, I don't think he can feel it. I feel the cold, but he doesn't feel it, I don't think. I don't think that makes him move. Now, if I drink this cold water, he'll probably move. Where is baby positioned? He's positioned head down, and he's just taking up all of this space. I don't know how to answer the question. Besides, he's just like all of this. I like to think he likes to sit on this side most, like he's more on this side, because if you look at my bump, could be the way I'm sitting, but this side like protrudes more, I think. I'm not sure. It could just be, that's what I think. What is your stretch mark routine? I don't have a routine per se. I mean, I do apply stuff to my bump and my body. So I have the Palmer's Cocoa stretch mark lotion thing that everyone uses. So I apply that in the morning after I shower, and then at night before I go to bed. I try to stay hydrated, and that's all I do. I've tried a couple different like stretch mark things. I had this oil that I used, but it like left the oil residue, and then like all my clothes started smelling like it. And then I was using it at the beginning of pregnancy, and I just got like really nauseous with the smell, and I couldn't even use it. So I switched to this, which is unscented, or it's not unscented, but like it doesn't really have like a strong scent. But I've tried a couple different things. Usually just keep it moisturized right after the shower, because that's when you get like the driest, and then right before bed. I drink at least one of these 32-ounce hydro flasks thing a day, but usually I drink about 2. Have you ever got comments from strangers? Not really, just because since we are during like in a pandemic, I don't leave my house ever. So the only comment I got was one random person literally like last week, and I was just so taken aback because I'm not used to it. I left my house to go to grocery shopping, and this homeless lady came up to us. This is not necessarily like important to the story that she was homeless. We were at Aldi, so she said, oh, can I take your cart back for you, and then I'll keep the quarter. And we were like, yeah, no worries, like that's fine. Like we just don't have any cash on us. She looked at me, she's like, oh, when's the baby due? And I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, what baby? And then I was like, oh yeah, like this month, at the end of this month. And she's like, oh, is it a boy or a girl? And I was like, a boy. And then I don't know if she said anything else. That was pretty much the end of the conversation. But I think maybe if we weren't in a pandemic and I was going out more and like actually doing things, then maybe I would be getting more comments. But for the most part, I don't get any comments from people. Can you use your belly like a table? So not like a table, because it's not that big. My bump is like, I mean, it's like you can clearly tell I'm pregnant, but compared to like other women, I feel like my bump isn't like that big. So if I'm like laying back like this, I do use it like to hold my phone, whereas if I didn't have a bump, I wouldn't have something there to like hold my phone. So that's pretty much all I use it for. I don't really eat laying down. I don't really eat laying down because I get really bad acid reflux, and if I'm eating laying down, then it's gonna make it worse. So I try not to lay down after I eat, or like eat while I'm laying. Does your bump look bigger sitting or standing? We already answered that. Is it easier to push on the top or side of your belly? I think the side. The side is mainly like, I think, fat that I gained from being pregnant, because like you can see like I look more square now than like before. I had more like of an hourglass figure. So the side is definitely like easier to push on. The top or the bottom, like the front of my belly, is pretty firm. Has your baby dropped? She's asking like if he's head down. He is. And also, I think he gotten lower to my pelvis, because like I said, I have been getting a lot of lightning crotch. Has your belly button popped? It hasn't like popped out. It is like to the surface of my stomach. So like you can, like if you were to look at my belly button, it's not like in, it's not, but it's not out, it's just like flat almost, but it hasn't popped out yet, and I don't think it will. Does baby ever make your bump look lopsided? I think he does. He likes to be to one side. You can't really tell too much, but I can see if I look down on it, sometimes like one side looks like protrudes a little bit more than the other. How far can you push on your bump? Here, I can show you. This is about how far. It's pretty hard, so I can't push like too much. I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully that does. If you shake your bump, do you feel it move? So if I shake my bump, I can't feel him move. Like I can't feel him in me unless he moves. So I don't know if that makes sense. Like I can't feel him until he moves, or unless he's really close to my pelvis, like I said. So if I shake him, he doesn't move, and he doesn't move, then I don't feel him. But if he moves while I'm shaking him, then I will feel it. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Can you fit a belt around your belly? Depends on the size. I can't fit my regular belts that I used to have before pregnant. I definitely can't fit those. So maybe like a large belt, yeah. Can you suck in your belly and push it out? Barely. I feel I definitely can't push it out more than it already is. Like it's just like reached its limit. But I can suck it in. Like I'm gonna show you guys again. Look. So this is a, okay, hold on. It kind of feels uncomfortable because I don't have space to suck it in. So this is as much as I can suck it in, as much as I can push it out. Do you have any stretch marks? Yes, I got stretch marks during pregnancy. At first I was super sad about it. I was like crying and felt super ashamed. And then I realized that I was doing everything I could. I was using lotions, I was keeping my stomach moisture, I was drinking water, and it's mainly down to genetics. I don't know if I don't think my mom got any stretch marks, but I don't know if maybe my dad's side of the family. And I've had stretch marks before, so it's not the end of the world. I got stretch marks during puberty, and they faded so much that you could barely see some of them. So I'm not worried about it like anymore. Honestly, it is what it is, and that's just the changes my body has to go through to like bring life to the world. So I'm not upset. I know that they will fade once I give birth. Eventually I'm gonna keep applying the lotions to my belly, and if they don't, I can always get them lasered. I could always do like laser treatments to make them fade a little bit more. If you're asking where I got them at my lower stomach and my hips, and a little bit on my thighs too. Some of them have already started fading, like the ones on my side, on my like hip area, are already starting to fade. So I know it's gonna be fine. It's not a big deal. Does your bump make any sounds? No. It doesn't make any sounds. It makes like sounds when I'm hungry, but not like the baby. I can't hear the baby or anything like that. If I pat it doesn't sound like a drum, but if I pat my stomach, it literally doesn't sound any different than me patting like my arm. Oh, those are all the questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any other questions, I can definitely answer them in another video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.